Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you guys again, and welcome if you're new. Today, as you can tell by the title, we're going over all of the beauty secrets that I have kind of learned over the years, or some of the ones that I really think just make the biggest difference. Without further ado, I guess let's just go straight into it. I will say with this video, I don't think that there's any need for anybody to necessarily glow up or like change your entire appearance. I feel like these are just things that have just made my life easier or just make me feel more confident in everything that I do. As always, you're perfect as is. These are just things that if you're looking for something to kind of level up or something just to do for fun or just to add to your confidence, these are great options. I'm gonna split this into categories. I feel like it's just kind of the easiest thing to do. We're gonna start with hair care. Honestly, a lot of the stuff you guys may already know, but it's just things that, again, like I feel like I just learned over the years and they have made a really, really big difference. So number one is just treating your scalp as good as you treat your skin. I think that a lot of people need to learn this. Your scalp is so important for your overall hair health. Everything that has to do with your hair, unless it is treatment after the fact, everything comes from your roots. So if you're not having good healthy hair without touching your hair, then that means that something is going on at the root and you need to figure that out. Amazing things that you can do. I'm sure you've seen it all over TikTok: hair oiling, hair masks, trying to figure out if you need a protein or moisture balance, a whole bunch of things really just to dive into to really figure it out. But overall, my favorite ones that I have been doing is hair oiling. I love this certain hair oil from Beauty. It's one of my favorite ones. I've noticed honestly like a big difference in just the overall health of my hair. Know that hair oiling is not all of a sudden gonna make your hair grow like a weed and go straight to your butt. That's not really how hair oiling works. It's more that it's creating perfect conditions for your hair to grow happier and healthier, which in turn is going to make you think that your hair is growing thicker and longer because you're really providing it with the perfect conditions. Next up, honestly, just anytime you're in the shower and you're shampooing, I feel like any sort of stimulation to your scalp is great. Just increased blood flow. It's another thing that is going to cause really happy, healthy hair. Also, only shampoo your roots. This is specifically true for curly girls. You don't want to take moisture out from your mids to your ends. It's really just about cleaning your scalp, making sure that everything there is really nice and squeaky clean. I highly suggest getting into a clarifying shampoo. Clarifying shampoos are something that you really should look into, especially if you use a lot of products on your hair. Anything that is blocking your scalp or just, honestly, it's just like your skin. If you block your skin, if you clog your skin, clog your pores, it's not gonna make your skin any better. It's just going to make it worse, which also brings me to another point. You don't need to train your hair to all of a sudden last like an entire week. If you feel like your scalp is oily or it feels itchy or dirty, just shampoo it. I'm so tired of seeing everybody online saying that you need to shampoo your hair only once a week, only once a month, only twice a week. Shampoo it as much as you want. If you're noticing that it's frizzier or that it's really dry, maybe cut back on the shampooing. But if you naturally have oilier hair or you're using a lot of products and it just builds up on your scalp and gets itchy, just wash your hair. It really doesn't matter. I can wash my hair once a week. I can wash it probably like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and it'll be fine. Just figure out the routine that works best for you. Next up is eating your hair care. It sounds a little crazy, but trust me on this one. This honestly kind of dips into skincare as well. I'm gonna be talking about Armra colostrum today. And thank you to Armra for actually sponsoring this portion of the video. This is their colostrum. It is bovine colostrum. This is from grass-fed cows. It is completely cruelty-free. I'm gonna do kind of a little deep dive into what colostrum does and how it has really worked for me. But bear with me, I'm gonna get like a little into the science of it. But overall, it is just so easy, so quick and simple. And honestly, eating your hair care is another amazing thing that you can do to just have happy, fuller, thicker, healthier hair. So basically, if you didn't know, colostrum is kind of like a superfood, whole food. It has over 400 bioactive ingredients in it that all work to nourish your immune system, your skin, your hair, your gut lining, all of these amazing things. It has prebiotics in it, it has antibodies in it, it has peptides in it. Armra does an amazing job at making it so easy to incorporate into your diet. I personally really love recently is just adding it into my smoothie in the morning because I just know that I'm taking care of everything. And that smoothie, I get my protein, I get my colostrum, I get everything that I could possibly need all in one place. I have noticed a difference in my skin, in my nails, in my hair. I've been using it for a really long time, but they did just start selling it at Ulta, which makes it so quick and easy whenever you're grabbing all of your other hair care and skincare essentials. You can just add it straight into your cart. If you guys are interested in buying it online from their website, you can use my code KianaD for 15% off your first order. Eating, your skincare, your hair care, it's just so beneficial, and honestly, it just makes so much sense that when you have the right building blocks, you're gonna see the fruits of that in your appearance and also basically just like how your body moves every single day. Thank you once again to Armra for sponsoring today's video. I love you guys so much, and I'm so excited that we finally got to partner on a video together. With that being said, that was my transition into skincare. Let's jump into all of my favorite skincare secrets. Number one is drink your water. Oh my goodness. Once again, eating your skincare, providing your body with the proper nutrients. My skin falls apart when I'm super dehydrated. Like I can visually see myself just looking tired and bleh, and just, you know, like the vibrancy in my face, I swear it leaves. And there's so much science back behind that. Drink your water. Even if you need to add a little bit of salt to your water or add some lemon to it, anything you need to do to make sure that you're getting in your water intake all the time, please, 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 please do it. It's one of the biggest hacks. Everyone always tells you about it, but it truly makes such a difference. This is kind of one that I actually learned from my mom and my sister, and that is less is more when it comes to skincare. I have tried 10-step routines. I have tried 12-step routines. I really have done absolutely everything, and I have very sensitive, dry skin, and when I tell you nothing really was working, like it just wasn't making a difference or is making my skin really freak out, just cut back on it and go back to the essentials. There's a really good chance that most of what's happening with your skin, unless it is hormonal or cystic acne, there's a good chance that what's happening is that your barrier to your skin is really damaged, and all it really needs is just a break from all the products, all of the actives. Put down retinoids, put down all the actives, BHAs, all of that stuff, exfoliants, and just go back to a really nice, gentle cleanser and just a nice, easy to soak in moisturizer. Your skin may just need a break. As well as anytime that I get any sort of breakouts or a pimple, especially around my period, anytime that I notice that, especially if it's one of those deep ones, you just know it's gonna hurt, I always get them on my cheeks, and it's finally going away. I know I'm gonna point this out and everyone's gonna be like, really? I can still see it, but I don't really try and cover it up with concealer at all anymore. If I ever get any sort of lingering post-pimple, I guess like scars, I wouldn't even call it scars, it's just like post-pimple darkness, they will take literally like 2 months to leave if I start popping my pimples. Don't pop the pimples. It is so hard, especially as somebody who loves the satisfying nature of popping your pimples. Do not pop your pimples. Let them be. If anything, I really, really love these pimple patches from Riel, I believe. They have these micro darts in them, and they basically just put the pressure, you just hold it on there and then you wear it overnight. The second you start feeling one of those pimples pop up, honestly, just aiding it through, providing good conditions. Again, less is more with the skincare. All you're gonna wanna do is just attack it with a whole bunch of stuff trying to get it to go away. When in reality, if you were just to treat it really nice and maybe put one of those patches on there, I've just noticed the biggest difference that if I don't pop them, it doesn't bruise my skin, it doesn't make them super inflamed, it doesn't make them red, and they go away so much faster. So much faster. Just let the pimples do their thing. Pimples are completely normal and no one is gonna judge you. And if they do, then they literally don't matter. I'm sorry. Everyone has gotten a pimple in their life. It's just how it works. It's completely normal, so just let them be. Otherwise, you're just gonna irritate your face even more. This is one that I have been doing for a couple of years, and I know quite a few people talk about it. I feel like I've just noticed the best difference in my skin whenever I do it. I have done it recently, especially being Italian and having little sideburns or a mustache. Completely fine and completely normal. I personally just don't like the way that my makeup attaches to those hairs or to peach fuzz on my skin. I love dermaplaning, or also known as shaving your face. I will use a face razor like this one. I really love the heavier duty ones. I actually have an entire video about this posted on my TikTok if you guys are ever interested. I make a lot of content over there, but I will shave my face probably every like 2 weeks or so. Again, it just gets rid of some of the peach fuzz that I feel like my makeup clings to, especially if you love wearing powders. I'm not a big powder person, but if you are, it just really clings to those, and completely a choice. But I feel like my skin just looks so radiant afterwards, as well as it does get rid of a lot of the dead skin on your face When you're doing this though, be extremely careful. Please, please remember it is an actual blade that you're using on your skin. You can always trust a professional. I would definitely look for professionals if you do deal with any sort of heavier texture on your face or acne, just so that you're being really, really careful. You could still really see the benefits of this. It is a knife, it is a blade. So if you do have any acne or any scabs or anything, there's a chance that if you were to go over those spots, you cut them open, you could spread the oils, you could spread the bacteria, or you could really just hurt yourself. So I don't want you doing that. So please just be really careful with it. But it is something that I feel like has just made the biggest difference in my skin. And it just makes my skin look so radiant. And people are always asking me about my skin. And I swear that's one of the best things I could do. Plus, I just don't like having a mustache. I hate it. I will just shave that bad boy all the time. Okay, more with skincare. These two are kind of funky ones, but I personally have dealt with it and there's nothing wrong with either of these two things. It happens. And honestly, I still am trying to figure out how to fully fix them. I'm just treating the symptoms as of right now before I can find the root cause of them. First one is that if you have fungal acne, which is basically those little tiny bumps all over your face. Some people call them sweat bumps. Some people just call it texture on your face. You could also get them on your back or on your shoulders. I've noticed anytime I go and sit in the sun for a really long time, or I'm sweaty for a really long time, or I go to a tropical vacation, anywhere it's humid, I will immediately get this. And it is just that fungal acne. There's yeast that grows on everybody's skin at all times. Some people, it will just get a little bit out of control and it would almost create this sort of reaction on your skin. Something that I have found that really, really helps is using anti-dandruff shampoo. So just the same way that dandruff on your scalp is caused by like a fungal interaction on your scalp, the yeast overgrowth is kind of what I'm talking about. The yeast on your skin is the exact same thing. So if you were to just use the anti-dandruff shampoo, wash your face with it or leave it on a face mask, if you do have sensitive skin, I would beware of kind of your T-zone areas. I would just put it kind of on your forehead or maybe on the sides of your cheeks, but really just do a test patch just to make sure. I didn't have any problems, but every sensitive skin is really different. So just test it out. But in the same way that it gets rid of the dandruff on your scalp, it will get rid of the yeast on your forehead and on your shoulders, all of those kinds of things. As well as if you deal with anything that kind of looks like this, it's getting so much better, but I used to have it on my shoulders pretty bad and it just kind of looks like a little splotchy. It just looks like maybe when you sprayed sunscreen, it just kind of sprayed out in bubbles. I have it on my back a little bit as well. It's, I think, just more like the sweatier parts of my body. They sit there. That is called tinea versicolor, and it's basically what happens when there's a yeast overgrowth on your skin and you go out in the sun. The yeast causes this like interaction with your skin, I believe. Definitely read up on this, but this is my understanding of it. And it basically kind of blocks the skin or blocks the melanin from tanning, which creates this kind of uneven, patchy look. It almost kind of looks like sun poisoning, but I promise you it is not. If you didn't get burnt and it was there after, it is most likely not sun poisoning. It is just this tinea versicolor caused by the yeast overgrowth on your skin. Once again, if you use, there's also tinea versicolor creams, but those can be a little bit more expensive. And in my opinion, if you were to just go with an anti-dandruff shampoo, it works amazing. I will just put it on the shower or I'll put it on before the shower. I'll rub it on like a lotion and I will just leave it there for about 5 to 10 minutes and then rinse it off in the shower. I will do that multiple times in a week and I've noticed the biggest difference. Another unconventional beauty secret is if you have perioral dermatitis, which is where it's around your mouth and your nose, it's that kind of like weird, dry, itchy rash that can come around. It's caused by a whole bunch of different things. So many people have it. I have had it in the past. I would say that I definitely have it almost completely under control right now, the most it has ever been. And I genuinely believe that's one, I took all the actives out of my skincare because it can irritate it, but 2, diaper rash cream. I have talked about this on my TikTok a couple of times. Diaper rash cream is basically just a zinc cream, and zinc is absolutely amazing for getting rid of the perioral dermatitis on your face. So, as well as switching from a chemical sunscreen to a zinc-based sunscreen. I love my Summer Fridays zinc-based sunscreen. Any mineral sunscreen should be zinc-based. Your skin is going to love zinc. Chemical sunscreens can really piss off perioral dermatitis. So I would just look into a zinc sunscreen, as well as diaper rash cream or just a full zinc cream. If you can find either, they work wonders. I will just kind of put it on. I look crazy. My fiance looks at me at night and he's like, oh my God, not again. I look like I have a white mustache. It's terrifying, but it really does work. It's such a crazy one. I learned that from TikTok and I'm so thankful for everyone on TikTok because I would have never thought to do that, but I swear it has calmed the redness and the texture. I will wake up and I swear the texture is just almost completely gone of the perioral dermatitis. Mine was also not very bad, so please take that with a grain of salt, but please try it out. It could work really good wonders, and it's pretty cheap, I'm not gonna lie. This one I feel like is another one that a lot of people do, but me and my sister have been doing this honestly since the first time we ever shaved our bodies. My mom just immediately gave us men's razors. I don't know what it is that they put in female razors. They're not the same. I think it's because they're mainly 3 blades, but I swear the men's razors are even sharper and they last longer because they're meant for coarse hair on their faces. I love it, especially once again, I have a lot of thick hair all over my body, and I also have really sensitive skin. So something that is just super sharp, gets a really close shave, I'm going to use it time and time and time and time again, and that is a men's razor. I do not use female razors. I hate them. I am always going to run towards a 5-blade male razor. It's just honestly what's best. Once you start using a male razor, you're never gonna go back. They're just the sharpest. They're nice. I just also feel like they last longer. And I don't know if that's intentional or what. I swear, it just is how it works. Start using a men's razor. You're not gonna regret it. This is kind of more into the body care portion, but apply your lotion while your skin is wet in the shower. You're going to use less lotion, as well as your skin is going to soak it up because your pores are open, as well as just adding a little bit of water to your lotion. I just feel like all skincare, all body care soaks in so much better on damp skin. Dry skin, to me, it just doesn't soak it all in as much. It just makes the most sense. I'm sure there's some science to back that up. It may be in my head, but I swear it works wonders. So the second I get out of the shower, I may pat my body just a little bit, but I want to make sure it's still a little damp. I immediately go in with my lotion. Immediately. If I'm going out that night, next tip, immediately apply Vaseline or an oil or anything where you put your perfume, and then immediately apply your perfume right after the shower. Once again, I just swear it lasts longer if you do it right after the shower. Right after the shower. It's just so good. It just lasts so long. And if you can find a perfume oil version of your favorite perfume, that's even better. Or even take a little bit of your perfume and put it into your favorite body oil if it's unscented. Once again, it's gonna last longer. It's giving it something to adhere to. It's kind of the same idea of putting Vaseline on your wrist and then putting your perfume. It just lasts longer, as well as perfume is going to last longer in your hair as well as on your clothes. You can spray your perfume on your hairbrush, unless you have curly hair, and then that probably doesn't work for you. I honestly just will spray perfume in my hair, or I'll put like a hair perfume in my hair, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be infused with hair oils to make it last longer and is healthier, because most perfumes are made with alcohol. Can you guys tell I'm getting out of breath? Anyways, finding ways to apply your perfume is really important, and perfume lasts longest on your clothes. Hence why you could pull out like a sweatshirt that you wore 4 days ago and you're probably still gonna smell your perfume on it, even though it's not on your skin anymore. Always apply your perfume on your body, but I also, right before I leave the house, will go in again and I'll apply it on my clothes just because I find that it lasts the longest there. Okay, these are kind of just some like weird miscellaneous ones, but bear with me. Once again, I don't know, I just feel like it's so important. It just makes the biggest difference in your life moving forward. That is using a silk pillowcase. It's amazing for your hair. It's amazing for your skin. You're gonna notice the biggest difference. I only use silk pillowcases. I've used them for so long. You can also use satin, but honestly, silk is, I'm pretty sure, more antimicrobial and antibacterial than any other material that you could use for your pillowcases. It's just amazing. I also love using a white pillowcase personally because I can see exactly when it's starting to get dirty and I can pop it into the washer the second I start seeing it get dirty. If you don't do it every single week or every 2 weeks, I just feel like if you're really forgetful like I am, the second you start seeing it kind of getting a little gross, you're like, oh shoot, I need to throw that in the washer right now. That's also another thing, washing your sheets, washing your towels, washing your pillowcases with enough time, because bacteria can really sit in there and you don't want that. You don't want that to happen. Next up, get good sleep. It kind of goes in with the pillowcase. You need good sleep. So many people, I feel like, are doing all that they can when they're awake, but if you're not getting good sleep at night or you're not prioritizing your nighttime schedule, you're gonna slowly start seeing that in your appearance and also the way you function in day to day and even in your personality. So please get good sleep. There's actually been a couple of studies that have come out and proven that women actually need more around 10 hours of sleep than the original like 6 to 8. 6 to 8 is more what a man can function off of, but they found more and more that 10 hours is kind of the prime spot for most women. So if there is a way to adjust your schedule to try and get 10 hours of sleep, I highly, highly suggest it. I just feel like you're gonna notice a difference in your skin, in your hair, and your mentality, just overall how your body functions. This is the last thing that I will talk about. I hope you guys bear with me. I know this is such a long and chatty video, but I promise you all of these tips and tricks, I do them every single day or every single week. And I just feel like it's led me up for a really good functioning body, as well as just good mental clarity, and as well as I feel like a good appearance that follows me around. So last thing is, when you go shopping, shop for the fit, don't shop for the size. At the end of the day, nobody sees what number is on the inside of your clothes except for you, so it really doesn't matter. All they're gonna notice is how your clothes fit you. So if you're trying to squeeze into a number that you've always been in, but for some reason this one brand carries bigger or carries smaller, nobody is going to care. If anything, I don't mean it in a bad way, but if anything, they're gonna notice how those clothes don't fit you. No one at the end of the day is going to judge you for the size of clothing that you put on every single day or that you buy. Go in with the mentality of, this is what fits me really well. This is what I like. I will even go in, even if small fits me the best, I will go in and I will buy a large if I like the look of it better. As well as with pants, if I want a baggier look, I will go with a size up. Or so many different companies are just selling so many different sizes. Female sizes have always been completely unregulated, and it's so hard to find your perfect size. So honestly, just grab like 3 different sizes when you go in to try on the next jean shorts or the next pants, next dress, anything like that. Because you may find out that you like all different kinds of sizes. And again, shop for your fit, don't shop for your size. You are the only person who has known what size you have been, what size you are, and what size you're gonna be. No one else cares. And again, if they do, they don't matter. They really don't matter. So anyways, I hope that you guys liked this video. It was really fun to make. It was honestly kind of fun to pick my own brain and think of things that I would actually tell other people to do that I constantly do. Some of this stuff may just seem like common sense, but honestly, we all forget to do these kinds of things sometimes. And I really just love everything that have come out of these routines that I've created, or these tricks and tips. If you hear my phone going off, I probably need to turn it on silent, but anyways, they're like blowing up my phone right now. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week. And once again, thank you to Armra for sponsoring this video. You guys can get 15% off your order if you use Kiana D on their website. If not, go into Ulta. They just started selling it there. And let me know if you guys like it. I personally love it, like I've been saying. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I love you so much. Bye!